Oh, really?
So they had to build it out of, I think, like aluminum or something.
That's so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you've convinced me that I should bring him back.
Yeah. Did you see Elvis?
Yeah, I saw it a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I fucking hated that movie.
It was gay.
That bothered me
gay as hell.
immensely. I couldn't believe it.
I
Didn't
liked
stop,
it.
dude.
I liked it. It went on too long.
It just didn't
That's
stop.
the thing
too
that's
long.
crazy about the movie is it's somehow like both too frenetic and too slow at the same time.
It was a montage for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Of just CGI backgrounds the whole time.
Well, it's like anytime he has a crisis too, he's like, I gotta go hang out with black people.
I like
My
that.
mama's being mean to me. It's time to go hang out with a couple of blacks.
I like that it addressed the race stuff though, because they were dragging my boy for way too long, saying that he was stealing.
Well, that's what we need.
Because he was just the original wigger. He was like he was the first guy who was like he legitimately thought he was black.
I maintain that black people stole more from Elvis than Elvis stole from black people.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean he did.
They should be thanking him.
Legitimately, I believe that.
Yeah?
Because Elvis predates all of that 1970s shit they were doing with the.
Like
Elvis was
Cadillacs.
Yeah, I mean they're still doing it. There's fucking there's still the Steve Harvey suits. That's all Elvis.
That is Elvis.
That's not them.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
The shaking their dicks.
The shaking their dicks.
I think that's
That
like
scene is amazing.
Yeah, that was
where
pretty
he's
cool.
like he's the. Damn, is that boy? He's like
Somebody's
the first
hey,
guy who
sing queer. He just started shaking his dick. The guy's mad about it. It's fucking Walk Hard. It followed the plot of Walk Hard to a T.
It's really funny that was like his invention was just shaking his
Shaking
dick.
his dick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People haven't seen that.
People.
I
no.
would be furious if I brought a girl to a show and the dude started
I
shaking
would
his
be
dick.
pissed too.
She started screaming.
Yeah.
I told
She
my
was-
dad I saw it, and he was like, well, you probably didn't like it because you don't understand how important Elvis was. He's like, if you're not going into it with that perspective of how important Elvis was for people of my generation, like you get that close to death, you get into your later years,
Yeah.
and your brain just has to make any part of your life significant. And when you have nothing, it's just like, well, at least I saw Elvis.
Elvis was pretty big.
Yeah, at least I saw. At least I can go to my death.
There was no build up at all. There was no struggle in the beginning. It just starts. He's
Elvis.
famous and good. Mm-hmm. And they're really. Did I miss a bad part?
He gets less famous in the 60s, then he has his comeback special. Apparently that Here Comes Santa Claus stuff they just made up for the movie. I didn't get why they were talking about that so much. But
I'll be honest
I
with
think
you.
I
When I
liked
said
the
I
movie.
watched Elvis, I mean I put it on. I fell asleep. Like
Yeah, I think I fell asleep.
I
That's why
watched the whole
missed-
thing and I liked it.
I spent an hour and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And it was just a music video the whole fucking time.
I don't
Yeah.
like when they bring modern music into like period pieces.
Yeah, I usually don't. Other
Yeah,
than
and what
Django,
they were only
Django,
doing it.
was
that was
fucking-
badass.
But they only
That
do
was
it, and it's
badass.
like whenever he's like, I got to go to the busy
Yeah,
neighborhood.
then they play Cardi B.
Yeah, right. When he's around black
Meg
people.
Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's only
Megan.
it's
When he
only
goes
during,
to,
it's only when
Beale
he's
Street.
It's only when he's binging on black people.
Yeah.
They play. I mean, they really presented it like a drug addiction. Like he used to be addicted to black people, and then he got addicted to fucking Richard
Real
Nixon
drugs?
and
food.
pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was Nixon in it? I fell asleep.
No,
Well,
Nixon wasn't in it. I
Nixon
don't
might
think.
not have been in it, but famously Elvis was like
Yeah, he
an
met
early
Nixon.
spokesperson for the war on drugs. Meanwhile, he was like,
Well, Nixon
Yeah.
thought like he's like I want to get.
don't
the-
do drugs, kids.
yeah.
He's like 700 pounds.
Yeah, he's like
Sweating.
he's
Right.
washed up.
His
No
fucking-
kids liked
his,
him.
His
Yeah.
one nostril inhales and the other exhales when he's speaking. Don't ever do. You want to be like these damn nincompoops doing these damn drugs.
I always thought Elvis sucked my whole life.
He does suck.
I always thought that shit was truly bad music.
It's gay. It's
I
terrible.
hated it.
He's got
The
some.
50s are gay, dude.
he's got
It's a
good
gay
stuff.
decade.
I liked him, but I was.
There was parts
more
in the
than-
movie in the beginning where I was like, damn, maybe Elvis is cool.
Well, it's also too.
I was
It's
tricked a little. The dick wagging got me. Like
dick
I was laying
wagging
there,
is
but
good.
there was a part of me that was like, there was an
he
eyebrow
invented
raised
that.
while I was
Elvis-
laying on the couch. It was one of these.
Elvis didn't have any. Elvis never wrote a single fucking song. He's just a performer.
No, he wrote that one song. There's a scene during the comeback special where it's a song that he wrote about how we need to bring the blacks and the whites together.
He's never written a single song.
Did he write that?
No.
He wrote.
Dude,
he wrote
he's fucking hilarious. He stole their whole shit. It was like, we gotta come on, guys, quit fucking around with these guys. These guys are all right.
It'd be great. It'd be great if Elvis, like, instead of blacks, he just got really into Chinese people. You ever hear about the Chinese Exclusion Act?
You eat nothing but hound dogs. Come on, man.
Yeah, all of his music was written by like two Jewish guys that live with each other.
Yeah, I mean, Sinatra didn't really write songs. He
but
did.
But
a lot of people do standards.
And Sinatra's a completely different category.
Why? He's a singer.
But he did for Italians what Elvis did for black people.
You have no idea how meaningful it was for them.
Dude, what? Italians? Sinatra,
No.
they make it pretty clear how meaning. Oh, you
no,
mean
for the blacks.
for the African American
They're
community.
like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
He's doing it for us. I mean, he did kind of do it. They weren't going to put a black guy up there. Like, he had to be the first guy to be kind of a black guy in show business, you know? They didn't want to put... Chuck Berry came after Elvis, you know? They needed a white guy to do black music first.
Yeah, he was like Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
He broke the color barrier.
He was Jackie Robinson.
Not whoever did it first, for sure. Him.
It was him, and he should get credit for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, it's weird to think that Elvis inspired the Beatles. And then it's weird to think
inspired
that
all of
who the
them.
Beatles inspired.
Everyone?
Well, yeah, but like Cannibal Corpse will be like, well, we grew up listening to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what? How did that go? How did you start there and end up with,
With what?
fucking a demon baby with a sword after
Beatles?
Hey Jude?
You ever get into those like Norwegian death metal bands?
Norwegian black
Yeah.
metal?
I know. Obviously, the music I don't like, but the stories are pretty awesome.
Who's that guy that killed mad people? There's that one guy.
One dude killed himself, and they used it as the album cover, and then blew his head off, and they were like, then they started burning churches and shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty
What was
sick.
that, Burzum
Was that I don't
or Marduk?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty fun to change your name.
Nick likes that crap.
No, I don't.